Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's episode of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys checking out today's video and spending some of your time with me. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Megabass LBO jerkbait. This is probably one you're not familiar with. Most people use the Megabass Vision 110, but this is sort of a specialty jerkbait. Works really good in the month of April and May, so I'm going to give you guys some tips and advice on how to fish it and the type of areas to look for and the conditions it works good in today's video. Also, guys, before we get started, just a real quick invitation. I'd like to invite everybody to please hit that subscribe button or consider hitting it here to The Fishing Teacher. We're really pushing hard to reach that 20,000 subscriber mark. If you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button, you'll never miss a video. Really appreciate that. And also, guys, I'll put the link to the Megabass LBO jerkbait in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video. If you guys would like to try a couple out there, you can use that link and get you some good deals and help the channel out at the same time. Okay, here it is, guys. This is the LBO. This is a larger size jerkbait. It's larger than the Megabass Vision 110. It's probably 6 inches long or so, but the big difference in it is the vertical height of the sides is a lot more, and also it's a lot flatter. You can see it's more of almost like a flat-sided crankbait. So it's sort of like a flat-sided jerkbait. And there's conditions that this thing will outfish any other type of jerkbait when the fish really want this type of a profile. Now, the LBO, it has a pretty similar action to the Vision 110. There's nothing really crazy different as far as the action. Again, it's all about the profile and the size of the lure. And the thing about it is when you're talking about jerkbait sizes, you know, we do a lot of stuff on jerkbaits on the channel. You've seen the progression because I talk about the jerkbaits, how it changes throughout the course of 12 months. Like, for example, in the wintertime, they like small finesse jerkbaits. As the spring gets around, they like a little bit larger jerkbaits. And in my opinion, the time of the year that the bass like the largest jerkbaits, like the LBO here or the Megabass Canada, is during the month of April and May, right after the fish get done spawning. This is sort of a post-spawn deal. Now, jerkbait is not really good when those fish are really focused on spawning. They just don't bite a jerkbait that good. But after they get done spawning, and this depends on the part of the country you're in, relative geographically, but once those fish get off the beds, they really key in on these big jerkbaits because their energy sources are depleted. They're wanting a big meal to try to get their fats, built back up. And this is the time of year you want to use the big jerkbait. Now, here's what I look for in the post-spawn with these big jerkbaits. To me, there's two different scenarios. Number one is over the top of submergent grass. Now, I know that's a lot of you guys don't fish grass, so don't worry about that. We'll get into something else here in a second. But if you do have submergent grass like hydrilla and milfoil, fishing these things over the grass flats are really good in the month of April and May, later April and May. But the main thing is for most people is it's a typical man-made impoundment. And this is the time of year you want to fish bluffs with this thing. Those fish, and especially if you have a lake that has a decent spotted bass population, they really make a move to those bluff banks in both the creek and the main lake after they get done spawning. So what I like to do is to take this LBO, I still fish it on a spinning rod, even though it's a little bit larger. It's about the biggest one. I still fish it on a spinning rod. Put it on 8-pound test Seaguar and Vizix line, make long casts parallel to those bluff banks. Depending upon the water visibility determines the depth that I fish it in. But I really like that water visibility to be between, like, say 2.5 to 6 feet in clarity. Targeting that 3 to 10 foot zone with that jerkbait. Now, you're going to do a lot better on windy days. It's not really easy to get them to bite this thing if the wind's not blowing. But if you got some type of like a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind coming in on that bluff, excellent situation for it. And it definitely helps if you have some clouds, but you don't necessarily have to have clouds with it. You can adjust your colors based upon the light intensity. But that is a really good way to catch them, guys. I mean, it's a type of deal where you wouldn't think these big jerkbaits catch a lot of fish, but guys, I've had 30 and 40 fish days on these big jerkbaits in April and May fishing those bluffs. Works really good. And also, you don't need to weight them, and you don't need to pause it very long. So I'll throw it out there, and I'm like jerk, pause, jerk, pause, jerk, pause. I'm trying to get that bait darting erratically. They're active. They're not like you have to finesse them out or anything. So it's just a matter of profile. It's just like, I've seen this over the years of jerkbait fishing, that they definitely prefer different size of profiles of jerkbait different times of the year. And one of the things that got me using these big jerk baits in May, as I remember back in 1983 at Table Rock Lake, the first week of May, there was a guy that won a big tournament on Table Rock fishing a 7-inch long saltwater jerkbait. And ever since then, I've sort of incorporated them in my arsenal. But anyway, give it a try, guys. I'll put it in my Tackle Warehouse link. It's the Megabass LBO. They got a lot of good colors in it. You know, it's just like any other thing with jerk baits. You know, stick with your translucent colors and clear water and on the bright sunny days. And you know, like the metallic finishes and the flat finishes on the cloudy days, and that'll help you out. So anyway, hope you guys catch some good ones, and we'll talk later.